In today's video, I'm laying out my top 10 gifts for woodworkers this holiday season, and they're all under $50. First up on my list is a tape measure. I've gone through a variety of different tape measures in the 7 or 8 years that I've been woodworking, and the one that I found I like the most is this Chameleon. Camelon? However you want to say it, this bad boy costs $12 on Amazon. It's got both imperial and metric right there on the tape, so you don't have to switch between tapes. If you're someone like me who has a CNC machine, it's nice to know you can get those really precise measurements, but also go right back to building furniture with more common measurements here in the US, such as imperial. Next up on the list is a good square. Having a good square is pretty fundamental to getting good tight joints. I like the Swanson square. This one here is a 6-inch, and then I have a 12-inch right here. And when you buy the 6 or the 12-inch, it also comes with a 6-inch combination square, so that's pretty cool. The 6-inch is going to run you $18.80 as I record this video, and the 12-inch combination pack is going to run you $18.28. Coming up in number 3 are some card scrapers. These right here are really useful when you're sanding things like raised panel doors or you're trying to refinish a piece of furniture. These are really valuable in cleaning up epoxy. Once it's dried, you don't have to gum up your sandpaper. Just get a nice sharp edge and get to work. These right here from DFM Toolworks, they cost $15.99 on Amazon, and you get 3 of them made in the USA. Number 4 on my list is this bad boy. This here is a 10-inch CMT industrial blade. It can go in your table saw, it can go in your miter saw, or your radial arm saw. The difference with this blade from some of the blades you'll find at the home center is this is a full kerf, 1/8 of an inch thick blade. I've had this blade installed for a couple months now, and as you can see, the coating is still perfectly new on it. There's no wear and tear, nothing is peeling off. With the previous blades that I had, I would run some maple or cherry through there, and within a couple of days, it would start to peel the coating off. Especially when using pine, it would start to build up with sap, and then you start to get a lot of burning, smoking, and that's no good. I highly recommend going with a CMT orange tool blade, and this one here is a combination 50 tooth. Number 5 are these mechanical pencils. They come in a bigger size where you've got a sharpener on the end. I just happen to have lost every single one of them, but these come in real handy for, you start writing stuff, you're doing fine precision work with your square. You want to make a mark, but you want that mark to be nice and tight. If you let the pencil get all dull, now your mark is extended away from that line. So these come in handy. The bigger ones I find a little bit more useful because they do have the sharpener built into the head part of it, so you can sharpen at any given point. You get 3 of these little guys, 3 of the bigger ones, and a whole bunch of extra lead for it. Really good deal. Number 6 is some CA glue. And if you've never heard of CA glue, it's an instant bond super glue when combined with an activator. It only takes a few seconds once you put the glue on and spray the activator on your other piece. Once you mate them together, they're bonded. And you can get a set on Amazon. You get 2 of the 3.5 ounce bottles, 2 of the activator bottles, and it'll run you $22.49. Number 7 on the list, which really should be number 1, is a respirator. Working in the wood shop, we're around not only wood dust, we're around paint fumes, finishing supplies, just a whole bunch of stuff that's really not good for our lungs. I'm a fan of this one from 3M. It's a paint respirator. Always wear a mask, even if you have facial hair. It's still better than wearing nothing. This one right here, as I'm recording this video, will run you $44.30 on Amazon. Really good deal, and it can help save your life. Number 8 on my list is sandpaper. Now, sanding's pretty boring in general, so you don't want to spend all afternoon if you only have a couple days to work. This stuff is by a company called Serious Grit, and it is, seriously, the best sandpaper I've ever used. Now this is the 6-inch variant. It pairs up nicely with my 6-inch Festool ETS sander, but they also make it in a whole bunch of different variations, different hole patterns. They make it for 5-inch sanders as well. The most common sanders you're going to find at your home center are the 5-inch. You can get a pack on Amazon of the 6-inch paper here. It's $27.99, and I believe the 5-inch is a couple dollars cheaper. It will save you time sanding. And it's not sponsored, I just seriously love the Serious Grit. Number 8 on the list is a digital angle gauge. You get that new saw and you're making those cuts, and they're not joining together just like you thought they would. Maybe your saw is not actually at 90 degrees like it says it is. The digital angle gauge is super helpful at finding perfect 90 degrees. It zeroes on the bed of your saw. You attach it to the blade on the flat side where it's not touching any of the teeth, and as you tilt that blade, it'll read off the perfect measurement. This one runs $27.99 on Amazon and has over 6,900 reviews. My personal favorite. I also really like the customer service over at Wixey. When I bought my 15-inch planer, I had a digital readout for it, and within a couple of weeks, I did something with the electromagnetics and it stopped working. I sent an email to Wixey. The owner reached out to me personally within a couple hours, told me, doesn't matter that you didn't buy it from us. You can't find your receipt. We're gonna mail you a new control box. It should be there in a couple days, and sure enough, it was. So they have tremendous customer support. If you've ever considered buying one of these angle gauges or one of their digital readouts, it's definitely worth the money. Number 10 on my list is this set of chisels. This is gonna run you just over $50, but I think if you've got that extra $5 to spend, it's well worth it. You get a 26 millimeter, a 20 millimeter, a 12, and a 6. The 6 is gonna be your 1/4 inch or right around 1/4 inch. The 12 is your half. The 20 millimeters, right around 3/4, and the 26 is just over an inch. This set runs you about $55 on Amazon, and they come pretty sharp right out of the box. Even if you're not a hand tool woodworker, you don't even like thinking about working with hand tools, a good set of chisels can really come in handy in the shop. And those are my top 10 gifts for woodworkers this holiday season. Everything that I've laid out here in the video is all under $50, minus those chisels, but I think if you can spend that extra $5 on them, it's well worth it. I'll have links to everything on the table here down in the description below. If you're a woodworker and have other things you want to see in your stocking this year, let me know in the comments down below so anybody watching this video can benefit from your tips. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, I've got another one right here that I think you'll enjoy.